You want to get scared? Good, you've come to the right place. When it comes to monsters, video games have an upper hand. Why? Well, because most of the time, yes you, have to deal with the monster yourself. In movies and books and TV, all you can do is watch or read as the protagonist fumbles their way through terrifying situations. But in video games, it's up to you to avoid the monsters, or take them down, or just die a million times. That works too. There have been plenty of excellent additions to the horror oeuvre throughout video games, but some are a whole lot scarier than others. And for the sake of fairness, we will not be mentioning the haunted piano from Mario 64 or Clanker from Banjo Kazooie. Hello gamers and welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host for the day, Keegan Hughes, and today we're going to be counting down the top 10 scary video game monsters. Before we get started, make sure to check out our top 10 scary gaming playlist right over here. Outstanding, let's get to it. Coming in at number 10, we've got Witches from Left 4 Dead. There's a moment during every Left 4 Dead run that makes even the most seasoned electric guitar wielder's blood run cold. After plowing through countless hordes of mindless growling zombies, there's a moment of silence. And in that silence waits another noise. Someone's crying. Oh no, don't go check up on her. She'll be fine on her own. Just keep moving. If you do run into this seemingly small girl weeping on the floor, may the Lord watch over you. Disturb her pity party and get absolutely annihilated. First she'll scream, and it's an absolutely blood-curdling one. Then she'll reveal her true horrid visage. And if she can get her terrible spindly fingers on you, you're toast. If you don't kill a witch right away, it's game over, man. Always a nerve-wracking time for sure. Coming in at number 9, we've got the Wendigo from Until Dawn. They used to be humans, but these days it doesn't count for much now, does it? These nasty mountain dwellers have a hunger for flesh and won't stop until they've killed any and all intruders. The Wendigo didn't always inhabit the mountain though. For ages, evil spirits remained trapped deep within the rock. Miners blasted into it though, releasing the spirits and dooming folks in the future. In the 50s, a mining crew was trapped within the mountain, leading to the consumption of human flesh for survival. And the act of cannibalism on the mountain leads to more Wendigos running rampant. Wendigos are incredible predators and can track prey through the snow for hours, and they look terrifying too. And they can mimic voices of people they hear when they're not screeching at the top of their lungs. These brutal killers are no joke, kind of like the prank that sent Hannah off into the snow, resulting in the strongest Wendigo yet. Coming in at number 8, we've got Richard Traeger from Outlast. In a rundown psychiatric hospital full of killer mental patients, it's hard to pick one scary monster that stands out above the rest. But Richard Traeger does indeed elevate himself to the top of the pile through his insane tendencies. Once a scummy businessman, now a self-trained surgeon, this man is absolutely bananas. Whether he's still a man is also up for debate, because it's quite likely he's just a monster at this point, and we don't know how much he's chopped off of himself. Among the other patients at Mount Massive Asylum, he's one of the smartest. He can manipulate other people and speak quite coherently, two traits one wouldn't expect after a mass exodus of insanity. Traeger's been chopping and slicing and stealing body parts from people since the beginning of the end of Mount Massive, and even manages to take a couple of the protagonist's fingers before letting him escape. A little bit Dr. Satan, a little bit Hannibal Lecter, this is one truly horrifying man-beast. Coming in at number 7, we've got Mimics from Dark Souls. FromSoft games aren't necessarily horror, but they definitely employ some really scary ideas, and some of the most white-knuckle gaming experiences I've ever had is deep into a boss fight with a lot of souls on the line. Many of the monsters, big and small, are truly jaw-droppingly, pants-soilingly freaky, and while a lot of zombie-style creatures and elemental beasts roam the lands of Lordran, the scariest for a player have to be the Mimics. Most enemies can be seen from a distance, or at least expected around a dark corner, but Mimics? They're pretending to be treasure chests, the things that folks associate with rewards and upgrades. Can you remember the first time you ran into one of these? Getting super far past a bonfire, collecting a ton of souls, making a good run for the next rest stop, and then when you think you found some new armor or maybe a cool ring, you get consumed, devoured, swallowed whole by a lanky, toothy treasure chest with arms and legs and a giant, disgusting tongue. From that point on, no treasure chest is opened without swinging at it a couple times. Coming in at number 6, we've got the Gatherers from Amnesia. Amnesia does a great job keeping the player scared through its thick atmosphere and wicked sanity system. Hell, most of the time it sort of tricks players into scaring themselves, but there's a monster around that's scary enough to stun folks on its own. You cannot stop them, and you definitely can't kill them, so what's left to do but run? One look at them, and that's what you'll want to do anyway. Pale, fleshy, droopy, puppet-like beings that'll chase you down. Yikes. Their only purpose seems to be to collect living things and stuff them into bags. Imagine the smell. Coming in at number 5, we've got Regenerators from Resident Evil 4. The noises these make alone could earn them a spot on the list. In a game full of monsters that are really good at making you feel trapped and helpless, the Regenerators hold a special place in a lot of folks' hearts. The fact that they essentially just eat countless bullets and then summon some terrifying tendrils from within to replace any parts you might have blown away is vile. Their awful, gray, sagging skin and horrific maw don't help them win any popularity contests either. And the way they were made is simply disgusting. These experiments were created by introducing a whole slew of unnatural parasites into a human body, making it mutate in all these raunchy ways. So yeah, they're parasite-packed, quasi-immortal zombie beings that want to kill you. Don't even try to shoot them in the legs, that's a bad call. Coming in at number 4, we've got the Keeper from The Evil Within. He keeps his brain safe, and he wants yours out of your skull. This looming, hammer-wielding lunatic is well known for his physical prowess and ability to teleport between safes. At no point are you ever safe from this Keeper. If the camera's flickering and you can hear his signature noises, you'd better watch out. If being physically imposing and omnipresent wasn't enough here, he's also got a big bag of human brains that he keeps on hand. Whether he just wants to show it off to everyone or never really has time to put it away between other brain collections, it's hard to say. Open his head though and you won't find anything remotely human in there. It's all pulsing, squishy flesh. Yum yum. Coming in at number 3, we've got the animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy's. You think I'm gonna do a list on top 10 gaming and not mention Five Nights at Freddy's? You're insane. I just couldn't pick one because there are so many, and they're all just the worst. I can't think back to my childhood memories at Chuck E. Cheese anymore because everything just feels like a malevolent robot trying to kill me. The Uncanny Valley visuals are only the beginning too. As you play more FNAF games and look deeper into the lore, more and more grisly details about the origins of these abominations crop up. And the more you know about them, the scarier they become. So the less I know, the better. Coming in at number 2, we've got necromorphs from Dead Space. Dead Space hit a home run with its iconic necromorphs, parasitic, flesh-altering zombies that operate like xenomorphs from Alien. It's hard to imagine anything being scarier than that. Of course, that's just the elevator pitch. Once you look at one, you'll realize the only thing scarier than a necromorph is the next necromorph you run into. No two necromorphs are entirely the same, which means anyone looking to kill one has to figure out each's specific weaknesses. Each's, that's not a word. The best way to go about doing this is to amputate as many limbs as possible. Go crazy, but try to be quick about it. This kind of required quick reaction time can inspire an insane amount of stress in those unprepared, and it doesn't get any easier as they get closer to you. Horrifying. And finally at number 1, we've got Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. Silent Hill is known for using its characters' subconscious fears and desires against them. So when Pyramid Head made its first appearance in Silent Hill 2, it was meant to represent James Sunderland's guilt and desire for punishment. Because he feels as though he deserves what's coming to him, Pyramid Head will not stop. Dressed as a butcher and carrying a gigantic knife, this creature cemented itself in the minds of gamers across the world. It's such a terrifying image, a vaguely humanoid thing lumbering along at a steady pace, dragging its weapon, looking to punish anyone who may cross its path. When one thing is classic horror gaming, there's no way to leave Pyramid Head out of the conversation, and it keeps coming back too. Bone chilling, right? There are just so many scary monsters in gaming, sometimes it's hard to remember them all. However, there are some that are impossible to forget, and don't you worry, they don't forget you either. So what'd you think of the list? Do you agree with my selections? Did I leave any important ones out? What's the scariest video game monster of all time? Make sure you let me know down in the comments. Speaking of comments, let's take a look at some of your more impactful ones from the top 10 scary FNAF Chica alternate versions. Benjamin Amudawagan says, Toy Chica's the scariest. The cutest ones are always the creepiest. Trust no one. You might have a point. King B says, watching this while eating chicken, Chica, I'm sorry. Was this before or after you watched the tastiest FNAF animatronics video? Carrie Van Horn says, Comet section. Are you sure it's not a meteor section? Or maybe an asteroid section? Willow Star says, I love Ghostbusters. Good to hear. What's your favorite ghost? And Beta Vader says, hi. Hi. Glad you could stop by. And that's all the time we have for today. Before I delete System 32, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more paralyzing phenomena. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.